editor-in-chief Alfonso Fonzi Ortiz works for Honey's Anime English. I'm a geek, nerd, writer, and lover of all video games, anime, science, technology and the internet. I previously worked for saintfandplay.com, a contributing writer as the Japanese correspondent at thecoalition.com, and founded a website called transcend-gaming.com. I currently live in Japan as editor-in-chief of Honey's Anime and its very talented writers. I'm down for anything. What do you want to do? Previous articles editor, translator Nagaraboshi works for Honey's Anime English, American by birth, international by choice. I am trying to bring attention to one of my favorite causes, me. I translate by day and write by night. Aspiring polyglot. My dream would be to be the personal translator for Amuro Nami. Other than that, my hobbies include languages, weightlifting, sleeping, karaoke, good coffee and music. When I'm not doing any of the above, I am most likely laughing hysterically at Willem Belly videos or EV farming. I ain't gonna apologize for it neither. Waifu or Shirai Kuroko. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Nagaraboshi. Editor, translator Ellen Barnes works for Honey's Anime English. Gudetama goods collector with a soft spot for Seiyu and an undying love for Matsuoka Rin. When I'm not smashing out the latest news in the office, you'll find me holed up at home watching anime, playing rhythm games, and sobbing because Miyano no more exists. Other interests include reading far too much bad BL and occasionally trying to create stuff. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Ellen Barnes. Jennings Elks 3 works for Honey's Anime English, California-based workaholic. Current mottos are, I don't care and I'll try almost anything once. Interests include traveling, eating, video games, and weightlifting. Currently living life to the fullest, pursuing my happiness, and conquering my fears. Yoroshiku Onegaishinamasu. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Jennings Elks 3. Editor, writer Lizzie Anka works for Honey's Anime English and Spanish on otaku as far as I can remember. I grew up playing video games, watching anime in Spanish in Mexico where I grew up, and then was a member of both anime clubs at UTEP for my entire university life when I moved to Texas. I love going to cons. I used to cosplay, always hoping to get back into it, and I got to live in Japan for 2 years and be an otaku there. It was literally a dream come true. Now back in the US, I love being a writer and editor for Honey's. It's a great chance to keep up with all the latest anime each season and up to date with all otaku news. And without our readers, that wouldn't be possible. So thank you for being a part of our hive. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Lizzie Nyanka. Editor, translator Angie Vasquez works for Honey's Anime English and Spanish. Aspiring fiction writer and experimental musician, anime characters collector. Rather than their action figures, I collect their psyche. My current mission is to bring Honey back *s anime to the Spanish-speaking world. You can always find me in a dismal and filthy live house in some back street of Tokyo. Translated articles. Editor, writer Loxley works for Honey's Anime Spanishy. I'm Rod, and when I'm not watching anime or playing video games, I'm probably writing about them, but I'm also a graphic and web designer, and I even published a comic book and worked like 4 years for a well-known MMORPG. Curiously, my favorite series are quite different from each other, so I'm still trying to understand what I really like in an anime. Previous articles. Editor, writer Abnualfajan B works for Honey's Anime English. A passionate fan of gaming, writing, journalism, anime, and philosophy. I've lived in Japan for many years and consider this place to be my permanent home. I love to travel around Japan and learn about the history and culture. Leave a comment if you enjoy my articles and watch me play on twitch.tv/honeysgaming. Take care. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Rob Nualfajan B. Justin Parajmo Moriarty. Hello, I am originally from the States and have lived in Japan since 2009. Though I watched Robotech and Voltron as a child, I officially became an anime fan in 1994 through Dragon Ball Z during a trip to the Philippines. In addition to anime, I also love tokusatsu, video games, music, and martial arts. Yoroshiku o Yuani Shimasu. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Justin Paraparatmo Moriarty. Antoine Rizal. I've been an anime fan for as long as I can remember. Actually, anime is very much a part of me now, for I have extended my reach beyond just watching them. I am a fan-subber for more than 8 years now and contributed a lot to the anime community. Me and my group has translated shows, manga, drama CDs and doujinshi. Right now I'm learning Japanese so I can better serve the community and read interesting stuff about the Japanese culture as well. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Antoine Rizal. Mari Mary, an Italian girl currently living the Japanese dream. I'm an anime and manga enthusiast, very enthusiast. XD, and my other hobbies are writing, reading, playing volleyball, listening to good music and thinking about pointless things. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Mari Jet Nebula. Living the dream in Tokyo, where you can find me working at a theme cafe catered towards women. When I'm not writing for honeys, I'm working on original dystopian science fiction or blogging about Tokyo's trendy coffee scene. I spend my free time in Harajuku and Shibuya wearing alternative Japanese street fashion. I love video games, J-rock, tattoos, and Star Wars. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Jet Nebula. Zeke Changoris. I'm a journalist, writer, photographer, video producer, social media manager and above all a storyteller. I'm located on the east coast of the United States but travel the world with the love of my life. I've been a nerd since birth with a love of history and science. I fell in love with anime, watching Robotech and Venus Wars in the 80s when our only source was second-hand VHS dubs. A crazy new thing called the internet changed that, giving me access to new and amazing anime every day. I love to write for work and pleasure. I'm living the dream of every kid, getting paid to watch anime and loving every subtitled line. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Zeke Changoris. Eva B. Hello. I'm Eva. I was born and raised in San Francisco, California. I've lived in Texas, Kentucky, and will soon be living in Japan. I'm a recent college grad with an MS in Justice Studies, a considerable feat in my life. When I'm taking a break from work, studies, I enjoy a variety of anime, passing a lot of time binging episodes alongside my husband. I also take pleasure in spending time with my 2 dogs and 2 cats, hiking, yoga, computer, video games, reading, and trying new cuisines. I'm pretty shy, so writing here has been a great outlet for me to come out of my box. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Eva B. Hoshikun. I'm South African, harboring an obsession for anything remotely related to Japan, mostly anime, of course. I draw sometimes. Some people call me Naledi, it's my real name, or something like that. People think I'm stoic because I don't smile often, I do sometimes. I like languages. Hoshikun and Naledi are the same side of the same coin. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Hoshikun. Mehi friends. I reside in Georgia and use my degree in Japanese primarily to, barely, read doujinshi that hasn't been translated. Beyond deciding who is best girl in whatever I happen to be watching, I really enjoy ballroom dancing, reading, crying over dating sims, karaoke, and being surrounded by beautiful things you know, scenery, decor, boys, stuff like that. I also love talking about passions with others. Previous articles. Top 5 anime by Maymat Notale. Come from Indiana, where I grew up near a video rental shop that proudly stated, the widest selection of anime in the state, setting me on a course to enjoy as much anime as possible. I devoted myself to overanalyzing various sports, anime and video games, probably more than they were ever intended. I currently co-host a weekly sports anime fan podcast called Koshiancast with my good friend, Matt. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Matt Nodal. Aaron He Everyone, I'm Aaron Curbello, or Blade as I'm called by my YouTube subscribers. I've been an anime, manga fan since I was a young kid. In terms of anime, I have watched nearly 1,000 shows and have read hundreds of manga series. I love writing and honestly was so happy to join Honey's Anime to get a shot to write articles for such a wonderful site. I'm a firm believer in respect in the anime community being the most important embodiment we should all have. We all love anime and we have varying opinions of series, but we should respect one another for those differences. Life is too precious to spend it making needless arguments in a community that should be the shining example of loving an amazing medium. I hope as a writer for Honey's Anime I can bring you folks some amazing articles to read and enjoy. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Aaron Hercules SJ. What happens when you give a Crunchyroll trial to a former Toonami kid who hasn't watched anime since Cowboy Bebop got dubbed? You get Hercules SJ. Thanks to that, he's spent the last 2 years catching up on dozens of shows and manga he's neglected over the years. Has probably watched 60% of all Harameki in existence. Currently seeking series to fill the void left by Konosuba in One Punch Man. Accepts Nizuo-san quotes as payment. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Hercules SJ. Megan May Dellinger Konnichiwa. I'm a writer, daydreamer who gets a little lost along the path of life from time to time. I love watching anime and playing all kinds of video games, everything from RPGs to first-person shooters. I hope to be an author someday, but until then, I'll share my words with the world any way I can. I love making new friends, so don't be afraid to leave a comment. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Megan May Dellinger. Mark Samet. Born and raised on a small island in the Mediterranean, my life goal is to experience as many different ways of life as possible. Since time and money are in short supply, anime and film provide the best opportunity to experience faraway cultures and worlds. When I'm not watching the latest episode of Gintama, or wondering what series to watch next, you can find me in the corner of the closest coffee shop, writing away on my aging laptop. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Mark Samet. Sean Koopa Hoang, a motivated writer hoping to share his passion for video games, literature, and visual media. I'm the main streamer of Finestco, a variety game stream with roots in the fighting game community. Whenever there's time, you can usually find me broadcasting or writing for the next article. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Sean Koopa Hoang. Mary Lee Souter. After the hard-hitting East Coast lifestyle hit me a bit too hard, I started pursuing my passion as a writer in my cozy home state of Ohio. Aside from that, I spend my time cooking, cosplaying, collecting anime merch, and being an improv comedy actor. I also love sneaking alliterations and stupid puns into my writing, so be on the lookout for them. Winking face. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Mary Lee Sauter. Robbie. I'm a lover of anime and manga, and I spend most of my time working hard to accomplish my goals in life. Outside of anime and manga, I'm an avid Heroes of the Storm player and I love some good food. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Robbie. Okioki Pani. Call me Oscar, or Okioki Panic, or other things depending on how whimsical you're feeling. I'm an artist and game designer currently working in the indie scene. In true otaku fashion, I'm also interested in anime, manga, collecting figures, building robot models, idols, denpa music, retro games and electronics, etc. Judging by the company I keep, I figure it's only a matter of time until I'm obsessed with wrestling and mahjong. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Okioki Panic. Jonathan T. Shannon. I graduated from Carleton University in the capital of Canada with a degree in film studies in English, which basically sums me up real nice. I'm a sucker for a good story, written or visual, wherever I can find it, whether it's in anime, video games, movies, books, albums or whatever else you can think of. If I'm not consuming, then I'm probably trying to make them myself. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Jonathan T. Shinanu Albertazzo Lamberti, a 21-year-old writer from Winnipeg, Manitoba who does fiction, media critique and everything in between, currently studying English and rhetoric. I have influences ranging all the way from Henry James, to Stephen Greenblatt to Nintendo Power, and after years of fanatical devotion to the coverage of anime and video games, I've finally tossed my hat into the ring and decided to give writing a try for myself. Will this be the dawn of a lifelong career or a small footnote on an otherwise unrelated life? Only time will tell, but I would like nothing more than to have you join me on the journey to discovering the answer. Previous articles: Lorraine am an anime lover, travel addict and wanderlust seeker. If I am not watching anime or reading manga, you will probably find me in my garden, playing the piano or writing. I love video games, particularly Final Fantasy, and am anxiously awaiting the next release, though it probably will not be for at least 5 years. I hope that you will take a look into my top 5 anime so you can learn more about me. I hope that my articles will enlighten you and help you grow in knowledge of the anime community. Previous articles: Joshua Meme, an avid anime fan and writer born and living in Toronto, Canada. When not watching or writing about anime, I write poetry and short stories. I'm currently working towards my postgraduate diploma in publishing and work in the child and youth mental health sector. I thoroughly enjoy fantasy RPGs and other story-driven games, comics, and I'm a big fan of Dungeons & Dragons. Previous articles: Top 5 Anime by Joshua M. Jessica's a full-time freelancer, translating, proofreading, and writing, and coffee lover. I've turned into a complete workaholic. People often say, work hard, play hard, but I'm not about that life. While I love traveling and working on the go, like going to cons, I'm more often than not holed up in a coffee shop or at home, multitasking more things than I should. Previous articles: Marcus Williams Salutations. I'm a glasses-donning nerd with a fixation on speculative fiction. Science fantasy is by far my favorite, but I'll devour just about anything with a good plot. When I don't have my nose shoved in a book, I'm either writing or thinking about writing. Previous articles: Let's Block Ad.